my experience. I was sexually groomed and assaulted and raped and commoditized and trafficked for 7 years of my life. I call sharing being trafficked. And it was a mind-bending thing to understand that I was victimized and how, and to realize the ways that I didn't experience physical pleasure, and the learning to open those doorways and becoming happily married and blissfully, like, this is all great. And yesterday we were making a joyous end, the joyous last shots, the end of the rally, and the parade to add on to the video that's already got the whole chronology of, you know, of the Chiefs winning the championship, winning the game, the people, the fans, the stars attending, the wives, and now I don't know how to proceed. Now I don't know how to proceed, because that was going to be the video for Prairie Song, and now it's so sad, I don't know what to do. I'm not going to, should I just continue to make it and just leave it at the end of the rally before the shots were fired? I sure can't add in ambulances and children crying, being led by police officers trying to find their parents, and then ducking back into cover. They're on their way. Everyone was supposed to meet at Union Station to be unified, right? And so they're on their way there, and then shots are fired again, and everyone's undercover. These little kids being led by the hand by police officers crying, and they were going to get you somewhere safe. We're going to go here and get you somewhere safe. And it's like, no, duck again, you know, it's just like, ah! And then shots at the southeast corner by the parking garage at Weston Hotel, and everyone's like trying to evacuate that area. Then they're like, no, 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 go back. And I don't want the children to experience this. I don't want their joy of gathering together socially ruined. You're not going to take guns. Liberals, you're not going to, and I'm a liberal, you're not going to take guns away from the whole populace, and you're going to lose the moderate and the swing vote if you don't focus on abortion, focus on human rights, focus on Israel, Hamas, focus on humanitarian aid, focus on what the hell is going on and everything else. Because whether I'm right or you're right, you're not going to get the guns out of the hands. You're going to lose the moderate vote, and we can't afford that right now. We can't afford that in America. So, whew. After everything that Trump is saying, I would start training, and I would just pray to God you never, ever, ever have to use it. And vote like your life depended on it, because it does. Because it does. And as far as Kansas City, let's wrap up here. Kansas City. I used to live in Lawrence, Kansas. I went to college there, one of the colleges. I went to a lot of colleges. I studied creative writing and meteorology there. After I studied broadcast production, mass media in Orangeburg and Cape Girardeau, and then studied film production at Mizzou, and then studied interpersonal and organizational communications and Middle Eastern studies at SIU. I'd like to go to school. I like to go to school. That's what I'm saying. But I always said I'm coming back to Kansas City. I'm coming back to Kansas City or Lawrence for 30 years. I even told my children, when you get raised, I'm going back to Kansas City. And a year and a half ago, I started living here. You know, I'm kind of going back and forth between Springfield and Kansas City. But I'm here more than half the time now. I consider it my home. And it is the most wonderful. There's so much art and culture, but also peace. There's music, there's jazz, there's history, there's luxury if you're into that. There's everything, and it's a great place, and people get drunk and shoot them up all over the place. I'm sorry it happened here, but I was also not at all surprised. I mean, a major sporting event, and right now it's a copycat shoot 'em up world, and that's what we have to fix. So I love Kansas City. I like the Chiefs a lot. There's a whole lot of love going around. I feel for everybody, all the players, all the people. I'm sorry for the lady who lost her life, our radio DJ, who was also a just good mover and shaker in the community. Seems like a lot of those get taken out. Having lost Emma Schaefer this year, who was someone who grew up with my children, attended peace camp with my children, attended IELTS gifted school with my children, and went off to become a graduate of the new school in New York in urban planning, and she was on boards and just in Springfield, Illinois, mover and shaker, and she was stabbed to death this summer, and he got away. She was stabbed to death by an illegal immigrant who was in jail. He was supposed to be deported, but he was caught in a legal loophole, and he fooled us all. He fooled us all, and I am absolutely pro-immigration. So, again, these issues are complicated. And if we're going to work them out, we need to find our humanity again. We need to find our humanity for each other and stop fighting about this and that and stop killing each other and arguing about bullshit. Let's make everybody healthy. Let's make everybody have a home and food and medicine. And no, that's not socialism. If you don't like socialistic ideas, then go rip out all the stop signs and burn down all the hospitals, and all of that is socialism. You're already trying to take out, some people are already trying to take out the public school system. God forbid we should all have access to accurate information and science. If that's the direction that this country is going, we won't last long. And historically speaking, I'm not even sure if we can. I am a student of history all the way back to the separation of humans and mushrooms from plants. You know, we're actually more related to mushrooms than plants are. Whole other thing. Hominids, how they form, where they spread, civilization. I've been studying this with ever-growing intensity for years. And what I'm seeing, how in the hell are 50 states, I'm getting the states' rights here, that's where I'm going with this. How in the hell are 50 United States with different laws all fighting each other about ethics and morals and who should be here and who should not and who can practice what religion, and how are, we're already going to, now we can teach what we want in our public schools. We can remove literature. You can teach in your neck of the woods just what you want to your family. I mean, is this going to do anything but take down the country? No. And can we stop it? I don't know. I'm sure going to try, but I honestly don't know, because unless we agree that everybody in America should have the same rights, we're going to go to civil war. That's what I think. Speaking of human rights, can you please stop killing the children? Can you please stop killing people who are trapped? Can you please stop standing on ideological differences? I'm not pointing my finger at anybody, and I am pointing it at everybody. Can you please stop trapping people in Gaza and work something out? And will you please fight for that? And for God's sake, please start a $5 donation to Sweet Survivor. I'm exhausted, and I am going to call it a weekend. I'll see you next week. Oh, last thing. Go Chiefs, because you know what? Fans tackled the third gunman that they got. The fans took him down. They saw him going. They didn't get out of the way. They took him down. Good tackle. Bye. This one's so hard, it never wants to end. Hang on. Okay, and